Welcome to Old School Programming. I'm going to make a small program using Jojo today. A basic program on how to convert salaries, basically from hourly wage to a yearly salary or from yearly to hourly. How many times you're saying, oh, I'm looking for a job that makes 50,000, 60,000, $80,000 a year. And they offer, you see an ad and it tells you the $30 an hour or $20 an hour or whatever it is, and you don't know you know uh, what the equivalent is. So I want to be able to go both ways on this. So here I have my project open, and I'm going to call it salary calculator. That's the name I'm going to give it. I don't need a company, I don't need that, so I'm going to click OK. The first thing I'm going to do is change the title to salary calculator. I'm gonna get rid. I'm not gonna allow it to be resized, min or maxed. We'll only have one button in there, and yeah, that's a good size right there. That's good enough. I'm gonna go to my library, and I'm going to use this guy right here, which is called the tab panel. So I'm gonna put my tab panel here. There we go, and just make it this size. And I'm gonna go to the panels. I'm gonna delete this one and that one, and now I'm gonna add, and I'm gonna call it hourly to yearly add, and then I'm gonna put yearly to hourly, and just because I want to put the Y here, it's capital. There we go. So that's all I'm gonna do, and there it is, hourly or yearly. And so if it's hourly, oh, before I do that, obviously I gotta put a button to end the program. Otherwise, I don't want to do it here. So I'm gonna get a button here. I'm gonna just place it right here. Call it BTN quit, and the caption will be quit. I can make it a little bigger if I want. Doesn't really matter. When I double click on it, when it's pressed, I'm going to quit, and that's all it's going to do. All right. So if it's hourly to yearly, I'm gonna add a label, and that label, and I'm gonna put a text field, and gonna put another label, and I'm gonna put another text field. You'll see what they are right now. First label is going to be, I'm going to go to the inspector, and we're going to call it, since I'm doing, delete, hourly to yearly. So this one here will be hourly, oops, hourly, and I can put wage, I guess, wage. And I'm going to do this alignment to the right and move it. That's a good place right there. This is going to be my text field, and I'm going to call it txt hourly. And then this label here, I'm going to do right align as well. And I'm gonna call it number of, well, actually I'm not gonna do hourly. This one, it's not, actually I don't need this one. This is not needed. I thought I had to calculate it, but I don't need to do that. So what I do need is a button here. And just put the button here. There we go. The button's gonna be called BTN hourly calculate, and that's all it's going to do. The caption will be calculate. Yeah. And in here, I'm going to put a label. Now I'm going to put the label I was talking about. And just make it this big. It doesn't really matter what size it is. I'll just put it this. I'm going to call it LBL yearly. And the text will be nothing for now. And let's go here. I'm going to make it bold. And that's it. I'm going to leave it like that. So calculate, by the way, will not be enabled at all. So that's BTN, how to calculate. Okay, so this one here, if it's changed, I'm going to say that BTN, I will calculate dot enabled equals true. And there we go. And now we calculate. So we double click on calculate. If it's pressed, well, let's declare a variable. So var hourly as double. And then I could do both of them in the same. Actually, I'm going to do separate, but not hourly and yearly as double. So hourly we equals txt hourly dot text dot to double. So this will give me the hourly wage. It will convert that text into a number. And now yearly we equals hourly times 80 times 26. There we go. That is the formula to obtain the yearly salary. And now we do LBL yearly dot text. Actually, I'm going to do that dot string. No, that text will be equals. How will we do this? I'm going to say yearly dot to string, and I'm going to do compound 0.00, and that's what it's going to do. We can go ahead and go to window, and let's run this to see how it looks. And there it is. Obviously, yearly doesn't have anything. I haven't done that. So this one is disabled. I don't see my label, and I'm not going to see it. I think it's still invisible. So my hourly wage is, let's say, $15.60 an hour. I can calculate, and there it is, $32,448. I have not formatted at all, right? So let's do quit. And now it's just a, static thing, just to make it nice, I could say var s1 s2 as string. That's all. So now I'm going to say s1 equals, I'm going to say that symbol $ plus txt hourly dot text and s2 will be equal the same but yearly, right? Will be the quote $. And by the way, I'm going to leave one space here and one space here, plus yearly dot to string. And I'm going to go ahead and do the formatting here, and it'll be since I already put the dollar sign, it will be pound, comma, pound, pound, 0.00 to emulate an accounting system. There we go. So now, instead of this, I can do something like yearly equals S1 plus dollars per hour is the same as, or is the same as plus S2. And let's see what this does. Let's see if this is in the right path. We're doing the right thing here. So let's put 50, 60, and here we go. So far, so good. Good. Now let's do the opposite. Now let's say we want yearly to hourly. Now, the principle is the same. We can divide by 80 and by 26, right? Or we can divide by paychecks, how many times we get paid, and and divide by that. But I'm going to follow the same formula. So I'm going to my library. I'm going to add labeled and text field and a button. So this one, the inspector, doesn't matter what the name is, I'm going to call it yearly salary. And we want it right line. This one here, I don't have any value. It's going to be txt yearly. My button here is going to be btn hourly calculate. I don't know, something like that. Oh, I was thinking about the other one. So btn yearly calculate, and it's going to be not enabled. I just want to make sure that this one, when we change it, we do btn yearly calculate dot enabled equals true. And we're gonna add another library, another label here, and we'll make it big just because we can, I guess. And we're gonna call it LBL hourly. That's it, and it's not gonna have any value. So what happens when we calculate? We're gonna do the same thing, right? When we press, we do var S1, S2, S string, var. We're gonna do a different thing. We're gonna do hourly, hour, and year as double. There we go. So that's it. Now HR will be equals txt yearly dot text dot to double. There it is. Now I have a number. Now year will be equals to I have my yearly, right? What am I doing here? I'll do hourly. There we go. Hourly will be equals to year divided by 80 divided by 26. Now, LBL hourly will be equal to, let's do our S1 equals YR dot to string, and we'll do the in quote $sign pound comma pound pound 0.00, and then S2 will be equals to our yearly or hourly dot to string. We'll use the same format. Wait, now let's see what happens, right? So this will be our yearly salary. So it's S1 plus is equivalent, I changed the wording, to plus S2. And we can do run. Now we have an error. Look at that. LBL hourly. And you know what I'm missing, right? Dot text. That's how we see the errors here. So we know the hourly rate for 15.60, we calculate, it's approximately 32,448. If I go to yearly, and the salary is 75,000, so that's equivalent to $36 an hour, and I can quit. And that's the code for that, and that's the code for this. All right, quick and short program. I'm gonna save it as, and I'm gonna call it salary calculator. Sounds good. And I hope you enjoyed this small video on how to make a salary calculator, basically in Zojo. Thank you for watching this video, and you know what to do. If you really like it, please like and subscribe. Thank you very much.